welcome to the Just Zander podcast. I'm your host, Zander Gray. And this is episode 35, I think. Um, I just wanted to do the podcast at least whenever I feel like it. It's been, the last one I talked about how I've been busy. Now it feels like everything's slowing down. I feel like I jinxed myself, but you know, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about. Usually when I want to do this, I have stuff that I wanted to say and then I forget. So I think this time I mean, I didn't post the podcast for this week because I just didn't have time to do it in the weekend. And it's like a Tuesday night right now. So, um, yeah, it's a weird time to do a podcast, but I'm gonna do it. It's kind of late. There's a few things I want to talk about. It just stuff that I was thinking about. And one of them was just about friends. I everybody has friends, but how close you are to those people, it just depends subjectively, right? I think it depends on what your uh, explanation or what your definition of friends. You have close friends, best friends, acquaintances, all that. They're all in that friend category. And lately, I feel like I know this is. I mean, my friends will probably disagree, but I feel like I don't have any friends. And by my definition is friends, and I say, when I say friends, I meant close friends, best friends, all those. I mean, obviously, thankfully, my wife and I, we have a very close relationship, so I talk to her about everything, and vice versa for her too, hopefully. But there are times where you just want to talk to your best friend or your close friend or you know what I mean? Like you can't really, for certain things, you can't really talk about your significant other. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything personal, whatever. It's not really about them either. Oh my God, my face is itchy. You want a different perspective, right? But I feel like I don't have any friends, meaning I think they are very, so how do I put this? Like they're very intent in where they're at in their lives. And that's how most people are. Most people are not interested in doing things that are difficult and pretty much looking for, okay, I'll get to what I wanted to say. I think it just feels like I'm all over the place, but I'm not, okay? It If you can hear that, my wife is making a smoothie right now. She was trying to, I told her, "Hey, I'm going to start a podcast." And then she's like, "Well, I'm going to make a smoothie. Should I not?" I was like, "Bitch, make the smoothie for us because we need it for tomorrow." And she's like, "Dang, I was hoping that I get to not do it." It's all good, baby. You can hear it. It's fine. I'm in the back room, so you may not hear it. I have no idea. We'll find out. We'll find out. Post production. So back to the conversation. I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I feel like most people rather be comfortable than pursue difficulty or pursue uh, inconveniences or pursue something that's incredibly hard for growth. I'm not saying all people, I'm saying most people. Okay. There are times where I don't want to do the work either. But what I'm saying is my circle of friends are kind of like that. They rather be comfortable than do the work to for growth. And that's fine. That's okay. But that's not where I'm at in life, okay? Where I'm at in life is I have this obsession of constantly wanting to figure out how to better myself. Is it healthy? I don't know. Is it good? I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but I do have that obsession of doing that, and I'm going to keep doing that because it's just who I am. So back to the conversation is sometimes I feel like I don't have any friends or I feel kind of alone, you know? Luckily for me, like, and I want to preface this, okay? Like, I'm not lonely, but I am alone, if that makes any sense. Or is it the other way around? Hmm. Like when I'm with my wife, when I'm with my wife hanging out with the dogs, watching TV, I feel great. I feel like I'm comfortable. I feel that sense of security. I feel good, right? I feel like the lighting's not good here. But when I need companions, like companionship with other people, like friends, you know, like you need your own tribe, you know, your people and stuff. I feel like I don't have that, you know, and I lately I've been kind of questioning uh if I feel like I've talked to this about this before, but I feel like I me- I feel like when I don't have that, or like I feel like I think I don't have that, I feel alone, you know, like. And like I said, I feel like my friends would disagree if they even listen to this podcast. Uh, they might disagree. You know, they might say like, "Well, you are always busy," or "You are you never want to hang out," blah blah blah, which is not true. You know, I always make time, and I always tell them that I always will try and make time to hang out. But also, we don't do things that I want to do either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do things that they want to do or they want to have fun doing, which is fine. But they never really ask, like, if they want to do what I want to do. That make any sense? So after a while, you get tired of it. You know, you get exhausted by having to always adhere to what they want to do. And that's fine. Most people can do that, but maybe they're just again, they're not interested in what I want to do or what I have to do, and that's okay. But I try with their stuff. I tr- like my needs are so simple, like you know, like I just want to hang out, make food, eat food, watch a movie or watch TV, or go for a run, go on a bike ride maybe, but I prefer running. I prefer going on a walk or a run, work out. Uh, I understand those my close friends don't really play music or do any photography or videography, which sucks, but it's just not who they are. So I don't expect them to like, hey, let's go take pictures or hey, let's make a video. Like, you know what I mean? So that's kind of weird. That's not like a thing. And also they're not musicians. So they don't come up to me like, hey, let's make a song. So I get that. I get that part of it. Even though that would be cool to like, hey, let's make a song or something. uh, but I don't have that type of friends. I think my musician friends were not close. You know, I have a good amount of musicians friends that I respect and look up to and like get inspired by, motivated by, but I don't hang out with them. And I don't, which I should, but we're just not close. Like we're not we're at different levels. Not saying that I'm better or they're better or whatever. I'm just saying we're at different levels, you know, at life even. So even though we play music or have that similarity in music, life and perspective and location is two different things. You know, so If that makes any sense, it makes sense to me when I'm saying it out loud. So we'll see how this goes. Would like to have more photographer friends? Yeah. Would I like to have more videographer friends? Yes. Would like to have more musician friends? Yes. Would I want them to fuck with me and like do the things I want to do? Of course. Cuz then we have that bond where we do things together. Yeah, that would be awesome. But I don't have those friends. I don't know why. Maybe I'm such a loner sometimes. I think that maybe that's why I feel alone or feel lonely and I talked to my friend, a friend of mine, like, and he lives in Indonesia, for fuck's sake. You know, he's a trainer out there. He's a physical trainer out there. And he was like, "You like doing stuff alone?" And I remember talking about this on the podcast, like I think a couple of episodes. Oh, with the it was like the expectation episode, and he said, "Oh, you like to do things alone," and I agree with them because I have such a high expectations on the things that I do. So that's understandable, but I'm also very obsessive and ambitious with the things that I do. So when I do something, I think about, okay, once it's done, I want to release it. I want to make a video. I want to promote it. I want to talk about it. What are we writing about? Like I like to do storylines, right? Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling here. I'm drifting off. But anyway, I don't have friends that have the same similarities as I do, or at least the things that I want to do. We have interests like movies and stuff like that, but like after a while, it gets tiresome. You know, it gets exhausting talking about that. I want to talk about something more. You know, I want to do something more, and and my interests lie in health, fitness, wealth, and all that. But I feel like my close knit friends, don't have that mentality. They're just in a different level in their lives. Again, not saying I'm higher, they're higher. I'm not saying that. It's just we're at a different frequency, you know? So sometimes hanging out with them can be a little exhausting. And that's just me being honest. And they might, I don't know, saying it, if you if you don't talk to me and you listen to this, you might take it the wrong way. So I implore you to, if you do listen to this and you disagree, come fucking talk to me, you coward. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Just call me out and have a conversation with me instead of like holding it and resenting me. And I know I'm doing the same thing right now on this podcast, but the only difference is I've talked to them about this before. And sometimes it get flipped around and then I'm the villain. I'm tired of that. I'm exhausted of that. I just want you to hear me out, you know. Just know that how I'm feeling is valid. It's valid to me, even if you disagree. Okay? So that's that. And then another thing, again, like I said, I'm rambling on, but it makes sense. So let me ask you this, right? You, the audience, people who are listening to me, uh, I have this thought where, so you work at a place, right? You work at a place and you have homies there that you work with. You're not really close outside of work. You're just close at work. Like you joke around, you have a good time, and then they leave. They either get a different job or they leave, they move or whatever, and you just end up not talking to them as much after the fact, even though you're so close at work, right? And why is that? Like, no, for example, like two of the homies that I work with, they moved, like they went to a different job, they did something else, and like I miss hanging out with them, I miss talking to them, I miss having a good time with them at work, but I don't expect them to think about me. I don't, well, I want them to, of course. I want them to like, hey man, I miss you. Like, I hope you're doing well, to check up on me. You know what I mean? Because where I'm at right now, it's nothing, it's not perfect, but it's a job. You know, you're doing your thing and you don't have a, it's not like you don't have a choice. You don't, maybe you don't, you know, you're just kind of doing it because you have to, you know, because you're trying to get paid. So, but on the other hand, the homies, when they move, they're doing better things. They're doing, and they're having a good time. So why would they think about you? You get what I'm saying? Like think about this. Think about this in your life, right? Like, if you work at a place and it's dope as fuck and everybody's dope, and then the people that you work with decide to move, or they moved on, you know, and then you just don't talk to them anymore because they're off doing better things, or they're just more involved in what they're doing. So why would they take the time to talk to you? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because they're already in a better space. And I'm not glad I did that too. Like, I used to work at this job. It sucked, but the people that were there were awesome. They were homies, you know? So when I moved on doing better things, I didn't check up on them. Why would I? You know what I mean? We weren't really close. We were close at work, but you just end up not doing that, you know? And I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I'm just saying we do that as human beings. So the reason why I'm touching my hair, like I just washed it today and it's all like fluffy. I hate it. I don't really want to put product in it. It's like it's kind of late, so I'm putting like oil in it and stuff, you know. And it's like really fluffy and it's bugging the shit out of me. So if you're watching the video and I'm like keep touching my stupid fucking face and hair, that's why. Uh anyway, back to the conversation. Yeah, why would I? You know what I mean? Why would I take the time to um check up on them, or see how they're doing? I'm in a better place. Like, you know what I mean? And people do that. They tend to talk to you more than you talk to them. So that's what's happening to me now, you know? So it's kind of funny how it's full circle thing. Like, I think people do that. I think once you moved on to a better thing, you're not liable to check up on your coworkers, or unless you're like super duper close, unless you're seeing them like every day, then that's a difference. You know what I mean? Unless you're seeing them every day, then it's different. But when you're not, and you're not that close, they kind of tend to drift away and drift apart. And I think what I'm saying is that sucks. You know, that sucks. Uh, you think that sometimes you have a connection with the people that you work with or the people that you meet. And then when they move on, you try to hang on to that relationship. You're trying to hang on to that link, that connection, but it's severed. You know, not in a bad way. It's just people move on. You know, and I don't know if this is the same, if this is relevant, but imagine if you were in a coma, right? This is might not be related by any means, but it just kind of clicked for me in my head. So imagine if you're in a coma, or like you lose your memories for like a moment in time, right? Like you lose your memories for like a week or two, and you're like, it takes you like 2 weeks to remember. But my question is, do you still do the same things? Do you still act the same way? Are you who you are if you don't have your memories? You know what I mean? Because I feel like your memories make you who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like your memories and your experiences make you the person that you are. So if you don't have any memories, it's almost like you have like a restart. Like, you know what I mean? In life, like your life just started again. You know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think, how that's connected to this conversation about friends is that when you're not seeing it's probably not connected, related at all, but when you're not seeing your friends or your coworkers, you tend to like forget about them, you drift away. And if you drift away long enough, you might not remember them at all. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm a US citizen, right? But I'm an immigrant. I moved from Singapore, right? So I moved out here when I was 14, 15 years old. I'll be 34 this year. And I had friends then that I hung out every day of my life when I was there. We did everything together, right? So now that I'm here, I don't talk to them. I don't know what they're up to now. I don't check up on them. Like, you know what I mean? I know one of them's an artist, like he's a tagger, like a tag artist, a graphic artist, which is fucking cool. And then my my other homie is my cousin. He lives in Dubai, I think. Like, you know what I mean? It's so crazy that you don't, like, you just drift apart from people. And then every once in a while you reminisce about them, but are you gonna go check up on them? Are you gonna talk to them? I don't know, you know? Am I in a place in my life that I want to? Because you're never gonna see them. You're adults now. You're two different people. Anyway, what I'm saying is, like, it sucks. It all sucks. Uh, yeah, I'm in a place right now where I just feel like I don't have any close friends, which is a bummer. I do have friends that are close, but we're not close friends. Like, we don't talk about, like, I'm usually the one that checks up on people, like, "Hey, how are you doing?" kind of thing, and I think I'd stop doing that. I do it to a couple people, but very rare. And even though those couple people that I do it to, we're not that close, like, So I don't know. Am I petty for not doing that? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just you just get your bandwidth just gets smaller. Your effort and all of the things that you try to do to be better, it gets more refined. So when when your bandwidth is you don't have enough bandwidth to put out, it's really hard. And like I'm on this path of of transcendence, okay? I know that sounds fucking stupid and like, oh, path of transcendence. And what I mean by that is that, and it's everything that I've talked about until now, it's me wanting to get better, me wanting to be better, me wanting to go after the goals that I have, and me going after my ambitions. Like, that's where I'm at in life right now. I'm like super obsessive on that. And the last time we talked until now, some of the things didn't go my way. And that's fine. That's okay. Am I bummed about it? Yeah, of course. I'm a human being, and yeah, I'm bummed about it. But I'm gonna keep working, man. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna do the things that I have control over. And I'm just gonna enjoy the way. I'm gonna enjoy the path, the journey, as people would say, and I've worked hard enough where I have the things that I have that I can utilize to share my thoughts and my art and my, I don't know, my motivations, I guess, my goals, So like this is one of them. The podcast is one of them. Releasing music is one of them. Being able to create visual uh, visuals is one of them. Being able to uh, take still images is one of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've put myself in a position where I'm able to do that. So, like, yeah, today I was bummed. I was bummed about stuff today, quite honest. But I'm so thankful and grateful that I have this thing that I can talk to. You know, sometimes, like, yeah, I talk to my wife about it too, of course. Like, we have conversations about life and the things that we have problems with and trouble with. But this is also another outlet that I'm able to utilize. And music is another outlet I'm able to utilize, including making videos, videography, still images, you know, meaning photography. So that's what I have, you know. Am I investing in that more than actual people? I don't know. Maybe because I know. God, this sounds so sad. Okay, but I know that this thing, the podcast, I know that the music that I do or release, I know the videography, visual stuff that I do, and I know the still images, the photography I do, they're not gonna disappoint me. They're not gonna make me sad. They're not gonna they're not gonna make me feel less than, you know? The only thing that would make me feel less than is the judgment, the shit talking that people do, or the bad mouthing, which is normal. That's life, you know. Or like, hey, that picture is not good enough, or this video is not good enough, or this podcast sucks, or uh, the music sucks. You know, that's normal. That is life. That's gonna happen, good and bad. You know, you have good and bad, but how I feel about those judgment and those critiques, whatever, does not dictate how I feel when I get to do all these things. You know, like I get to, yeah, that sucks. Whatever, I can always get better. Or like, oh, you don't like my podcast? Okay, motherfucker, don't listen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can do that. But when you invest in people, which you should do, you should invest in people, good, great people. Um, with the in injunction with expectation stuff, they can disappoint you. And then what do you do from there? And when I say invest, you invest your time, you invest yourself in people. And then I'm not saying that people will disappoint you, but it can happen. And it's very inevitable. Okay. And I still do believe you should invest in people. I still do believe that if you have the right people around you, you can be greater than what you are now. I believe in that 100%. But sometimes now, now it's hard for me because I invested and now I'm disappointed. So now I feel low and bummed. So I invest in this. In I guess it's things, but it's not really things. It's really investing back in myself. You know what? That's the thing you need to do. I think you invest in people, and if it doesn't go your way, yeah, it sucks. I think it's okay to talk about it and say that it sucks, but you turn it back around and invest in yourself. Invest in the things that you want to do and invest in your time in knowing yourself a little bit more, you know, knowing what you're capable of and what you can do beyond that. You know, when I was younger, I almost go after that feeling of helplessness and that feeling of woe is me shit. And at some point, sometimes it feels good to feel sorry for yourself. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I like feeling that way, but it's not healthy. It's not great. Like, boo hoo. I feel bad about myself. Like, if you're, I think, I don't know if this only happens. I don't like playing the victim. I hate playing the victim. If I do that, I do it in my head. I don't really uh, share it or put it out to the world. I keep it to myself. Because cause for me, I like being in my head. So I just feel that way in my head. But now I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to work through that trauma. Whenever I feel that way, whenever I feel like, oh, cool, great opportunity to feel sorry about myself, good opportunity, feel bum. Oh, you feel bum? Let's be depressed together. Like, I try to kind of understand why I feel the way that I do. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm gonna I'm gonna use it to my advantage, like this, like putting it out there, because I feel like I know that I'm not the only one that feel this way, and I know there are people out there that feel this way and question themselves more than anything. And I think a lot of us don't really know who we are, you know, and and it takes people a little bit longer to just be themselves and to just accept who they are, and like be confident in who they are. It's hard. It's extremely hard. Why? I don't know why. I think the society that we live in, I hate that I had to say it like this, but makes you feel less than very, very quickly, very effectively. They do that. So when I feel that way, if I can put it, if I can create and materialize it into words, visual, visuals, story, in song, in art, in whatever. Damn, man, like that's. I I'm grateful that I'm able to do that. So yeah, I felt bummed today. I felt the things that I feel. So I put it in on right here. I know I'm going on and on about. It feels like I'm all over the place, but like, man, it is cathartic and it's therapeutic. I'm telling you, if you feel like you're alone and that you feel like yeah, if you feel alone in the world, if you feel depressed and like it's almost like you're more comfortable by yourself, then I implore you to explore things like this, like podcasting, making music, taking pictures, making videos, like anything, painting, anything that you can do, that not to monetize, but to do something that makes you feel free, makes you feel like nobody can judge you, like your own self utopia, Elysium that you are able to control. Like, maybe that's why I get obsessive with stuff that makes me feel good, like I can create things out of thin air or whatever. Um, it's not easy. It takes work. Sometimes I don't even want to do it. Sometimes I don't want to. You know how long it took me to set this fucking thing up? So real quick story time. My laptop crapped out on me, meaning it wasn't working as fast. It wasn't working correctly because I do videos. I'm so gassy because I edit videos and I make music. You need like a good computer, right? Be it Like if it's top of the line, the better. So you're able to, because the things that you do uses CPU. Like, okay, I'm not a tech guy by any means, but it just needs enough power to run all that shit, right? And it needs some testosterone. It needs steroids. It needs everything that Joe Rogan does because he's a millionaire. Anyway, it needs all that. So when it crapped out, my laptop is 4 gens old, meaning it's 2013, 2014. That fucking thing is old, which is crazy because 2014 is not even that long ago. Like, you know what I mean? It's like 7 years ago, which is cray cray. Anyway, so I was contemplating, should I get another laptop or a desktop? And I use Apple products. It just works for my workflow. If I could, yeah, I would build a PC, spend like 2 grand and just build like the best PC I can build. But I don't use PC. I use Macs. And Apple's very particular about their stuff, which, most creative, most industry people are using Macs because they just work better. Anyway, that's a sponsor for you. So I was deciding whether if I wanted to do laptop or desktop. Anyway, I did a desktop, and so I had to transfer everything over. Fucking A, man, it took forever. Anyway, I did it. So I was setting it up, took forever, but I still went through with it. I almost just fucking gave up. I'm not gonna lie. I almost like, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna talk tonight. But I followed through. I figured it out. I had to reallocate some audio shit. Anyway, so here we are. So what I'm saying is, don't push away stuff. Don't push away. Uh, those obstacles are there for a reason. I think it just shows on how bad you want something. And again, man, you can see this in every goddamn motivational shit. I'm not trying to be motivational or inspirational. I'm just saying that in my experience, like, those things are there to fucking slow you down. Those things are there to test you, to test your metal, your might. Mortal Kombat, have you seen it? Most people didn't like it. I loved it. Man, I'm a little biased. But anyway, they're there to test you, and I hate that they do that, but it works, man. It tests you so you can better appreciate, understand what you need to do through that journey. So you earn that shit, you know? And then when you get there, you're more inclined to appreciate all that good. Um, so yeah, I've gone on rambling. I feel like tonight feels like I could talk forever, and I want to, but I should go to bed because I have to get up early and it's getting kind of late. And I'm tired. I've been so tired lately. I think it's allergy season, and not and being bum the last few days suck, man. It sucks being bum the last few days because you have to work on picking yourself up, because you have to do that. Like, I'm thankful that I have the support that I have with my wife being around and supporting me and listening to me, understanding, hear me bitch about everything, but bottom line, you have to want to pick yourself up. And that is so hard sometimes. I just want to sleep all day. I just want to sleep and be in my head all day where it's all butterflies and all that shit, you know what I mean? But that's not it. It's not life, right? And I think it's okay to have those days where you feel like you need to slow down and just take a breath. Um, I like be on the go, and I think I'm the most happy when I'm idiotically productive or busy. I love being busy. I I have a problem. I'm a workaholic, but workaholic in the things that I like to do, not actual work. I hate actual work. Let's be honest here. But if I get to do what I want, make videos, take pictures, have a deadline, make music, have a deadline. Oh man, I thrive in that shit. I love it. My best work comes out of that. Anyway, I hope you have a good night. If I can leave you with anything, and I'm working on it myself, is that to just try doing things and investing in things that give you joy, you know? Um, Still invest in people, but I think at this moment I want to invest in me. I want to invest in the things that I do because I always try to do things for other people. I always try to please other people, but now I want to do things for me and hope that it pays off. And if it doesn't, at least I won't have any regrets. So I hope that you can do that for yourself as well. Um, like I said, will always have this podcast. I will always have music that I put out. I will always have like stories and stuff that I can put out whenever I feel less than. You know what I mean? When I feel less than, I'm gonna put that whatever energy I have into something like this so I can share it with you as and be as genuine as I can and not and I hope that me talking about it will help you a little bit, that you're not alone when you feel the way that you feel. And I think the wisdom comes from just being able to talk it out and being able to kind of just work on it. And I think that's important. I don't know I don't know where I'll be in the next few years. I know what I want to do. I'm confident that I will get to where I need to go. But there is that level of uncertainty too. And I hate it, but also it fuels me a little bit. You know what I mean? To make sure that that uncertainty becomes non-existent. That I have complete control of my life, and that and then let go of the things that I don't have any control over because that's just how it is. Like shit's gonna happen, man, and it's not gonna go your way. And that's gonna happen more often than not, which sucks. But you just have to keep going, man. Anyway, enough of this talk. uh I can go on forever. I don't know where I got it from. I'll just keep inspiring and motivate because I love doing that. And I don't know how people take it. Like, okay, here we go again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have complete control. I feel like sometimes I go on rants. Anyway, have a great night. Thank you for listening. Even though I recorded tonight, I might be not be posting it tonight because it takes a while to edit and stuff. So I might be releasing it in a couple days. So thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying this moment with me and listening and enjoying it. This is the longest podcast that I've done for this particular podcast, which is insane. It didn't feel like it's been 40 something minutes. Anyway, I think it's a good time to leave. I'm working on things. I'm releasing music. Okay, here we go. I'm releasing 3 songs in May, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. The first one is We Want the Same Things. The second one is Win. And the last one is The Upside. So it's a storyline based thing that I did. It just happened to be a storyline, which is kind of cool. But I'm releasing it all in May because I don't want to. I don't care about all this promotion shit. You know, I'm gonna promote it as it is. I'm gonna release it, and I hope you check it out. I'm gonna be releasing a lot of promotion for it and videos about it, talking about it, blah blah blah. Okay, so if you listen to it, then now check it out. You're gonna see it everywhere. I'm posting it everywhere. So I appreciate you. Have a great night, and peace.